We're sitting in our cozy office, the soft morning sunlight streaming through the windows, warming the space around us. The clock reads 10 a.m., and there's a sense of calm that permeates the room. With a warm coffee in hand and a serene smile on our face, we let our minds wander into deep reflection. Instead of diving headfirst into an endless to-do list, we choose to ask ourselves, what truly brings us peace, contentment, and pleasure? This seemingly simple question leads us to explore the complexities of the human mind and their implications for our health. We live in a world where demands and pressures are constant, and the fast pace of modern life can easily pull us away from what truly matters. It's common to be swallowed by routine, stress, and external expectations, and in the midst of it all, forget to connect with the things that nourish us emotionally and spiritually. From a scientific standpoint, there is a profound connection between our emotions and our physical well-being. Research in positive psychology has shown that experiences that bring us joy, contentment, and pleasure are not just good for our mood. They have tangible effects on our overall health. Regularly engaging in activities that make us feel good can reduce levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, and increase the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which are associated with a sense of well-being. But what brings us this kind of pleasure? We're not talking about fleeting, superficial pleasures, but something deeper that resonates with who we are at our core. For some, it might be connecting with nature. For others, meditation, reading a good book, or even moments of silence and introspection. These activities, which may seem simple at first glance, have a transformative power because they reconnect us with ourselves and with what makes us feel truly alive. Science also shows us that when we allow ourselves these moments of pleasure and peace, we're contributing to our emotional resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, and studies indicate that people who intentionally cultivate moments of contentment are better able to cope with stress and adapt to change. This happens because these practices strengthen the brain's reward circuits, making us more capable of facing challenges with a positive outlook. Moreover, there's a direct connection between our emotional state and our immune system. When we feel good, our body responds positively. A study published in the Journal of Psychosomatic Research revealed that positive emotions are associated with a better immune response, while negative emotional states like stress and depression can suppress immune function. This means that by focusing on activities that bring us peace and pleasure, we are, in fact, strengthening our defenses against illness. Another fascinating area related to this topic is neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and change throughout life. Research shows that by cultivating feelings of well-being and engaging in activities that bring us pleasure, we are literally reshaping our brains. Regular practice of pleasurable activities can strengthen neural connections associated with well-being, making these feelings more accessible and frequent in our daily lives. As we delve deeper into this reflection, we realize that dedicating time to what brings us pleasure and contentment is not a luxury, but an essential need for our health and happiness. And this requires intentionality. It's not enough to simply wait for these moments to appear. We need to create space for them in our lives. This might mean redefining our priorities, learning to say no to certain demands, and above all, valuing the time we spend caring for our emotional well-being. So, as we begin this day, sitting comfortably in our office, with the sunlight embracing us and the coffee warming our hands, we let this reflection guide us. May we seek every day what brings us peace, contentment, and pleasure, knowing that these choices not only enrich our lives but also make us healthier and more resilient. After all, true health goes beyond the absence of disease. It's a state of balance and harmony that begins when we choose to nurture what truly makes us feel good. We stand before a whiteboard, the markers in our hands ready to bring ideas to life. As we begin to write, the words peace, contentment, and gratitude take form on the smooth surface, each letter carefully inscribed, as if we are planting seeds in fertile soil. The camera captures these words one by one, focusing intently as they appear, each word resonating with a deeper meaning that extends far beyond their simple forms. Our mental well-being isn't merely about avoiding stress. It's about actively cultivating positive mental states. This is a concept that transcends mere relaxation or the absence of anxiety. Science tells us that positive emotions are not only crucial for our mental health, but are achievable through the harnessing of two powerful forces: agency and gratitude. Imagine walking through a garden, one that you have meticulously planted and nurtured with your own hands. Each flower that blooms is a personal victory, a tangible reflection of your effort and dedication. This garden is not just a metaphor. It's a representation of how we can cultivate our minds. Just as we plant seeds and tend to them with care, we can sow the seeds of positive emotions in our daily lives and nurture them into flourishing states of well-being. Agency, the first force, refers to our ability to act intentionally and make choices that shape our lives. It is about recognizing that we have control over how we respond to circumstances, that we are not mere bystanders in our own lives. When we exercise agency, we empower ourselves to create environments that foster peace and contentment. Scientific research supports this, showing that a strong sense of agency is linked to higher levels of mental well-being and a lower incidence of depression and anxiety. It's the belief that our actions matter, that we can influence our surroundings and, by extension, our emotional states. Gratitude, the second force, is the practice of recognizing and appreciating the good in our lives. It is more than a fleeting feeling. It's a sustained mental habit that can reshape our perspective. When we regularly practice gratitude, we shift our focus from what is lacking to what is abundant. This shift has profound effects on our brain. Neuroimaging studies have shown that practicing gratitude can activate regions of the brain associated with dopamine, the neurotransmitter linked to reward and pleasure. This not only enhances our mood in the short term, but also strengthens our capacity to experience joy and satisfaction over time. The combination of agency and gratitude creates a powerful synergy. When we acknowledge our ability to influence our lives and simultaneously appreciate the positive aspects of our experiences, we lay the foundation for lasting mental well-being. It's like nurturing that garden. Agency allows us to choose what to plant and where to place each seed, while gratitude ensures that we recognize and cherish the beauty of each bloom. Cultivating these positive states doesn't happen by accident. It requires intentional effort. Much like tending to a garden, we must be mindful of the seeds we plant in our minds, choosing thoughts, actions, and environments that promote peace, contentment, and gratitude. This process involves daily practices, such as setting intentions, reflecting on our achievements, and expressing thanks for the small and large blessings in our lives. Moreover, the impact of these practices is not confined to the mind alone. There is growing evidence that positive mental states fostered through agency and gratitude can lead to better physical health outcomes. For instance, individuals who regularly practice gratitude have been found to have lower blood pressure, improved immune function, and even better sleep patterns. This is because positive emotions can reduce the physiological impacts of stress, promoting a state of relaxation and healing in the body. As we conclude our reflection at the whiteboard, these words, peace, contentment, gratitude serve as a reminder of the power we hold to shape our mental landscapes. Just as we can cultivate a garden, we can cultivate our minds, choosing to plant and nurture the seeds of well-being. By embracing agency and gratitude, we can create a flourishing mental environment that not only enhances our mental health, but also supports our overall well-being. In this way, our journey toward mental well-being is not just about avoiding the weeds of stress and negativity, but about actively growing the flowers of positive emotions. It is a journey of intentionality, where each step we take in cultivating peace and gratitude brings us closer to a state of true contentment. Let's imagine another scenario. We dedicate ourselves entirely to winning, striving to be the best at everything we do. The stakes are high, the competition fierce, and every muscle in our body is focused on achieving that victory. The scene plays out in a vibrant arena of life, where the cheers of the crowd and the tension in our faces reflect the intensity of our pursuit. But when the day finally ends, instead of feeling fulfilled, we are left exhausted, drained of energy, despite the victory we've just secured. This isn't just an isolated experience. It's a reflection of a broader issue that many of us face in our lives. The relentless drive to compete, to be the best, can easily overshadow our ability to simply enjoy life. It's like running a marathon and never once lifting our eyes to appreciate the beauty of the landscape we're racing through. The problem with excessive competition lies in its ability to push us beyond our limits, often to the detriment of our mental and physical health. While a certain level of competition can be motivating and help us achieve our goals, there is a fine line between healthy ambition and destructive overexertion. When competition becomes our sole focus, it can lead to chronic stress, burnout, and a host of other health issues. Scientifically, we know that the body's stress response is designed for short bursts of activity, the fight-or-flight response that helped our ancestors survive immediate dangers. However, in modern life, where the competition never seems to end, this stress response can become chronic. When we are constantly pushing ourselves to win, our bodies remain in a heightened state of alert, with elevated levels of cortisol and adrenaline. Over time, this chronic stress can lead to a range of health problems, including cardiovascular disease, weakened immune function, and mental health disorders like anxiety and depression. But it's not just our physical health that suffers. The psychological impact of living in a perpetual state of competition can be profound. When winning becomes our primary measure of success, we begin to tie our self-worth to external achievements. This can create a vicious cycle where we constantly seek validation through victory, never allowing ourselves to feel content or satisfied with what we have achieved. The joy of the journey is lost, replaced by an endless quest for more, a more that never truly fulfills. Moreover, excessive competition can erode our relationships with others. In a hyper-competitive environment, we may start to see those around us as rivals rather than collaborators. This mindset can lead to isolation as we push others away in our pursuit of being the best. The social support networks that are crucial for our well-being are weakened, and we may find ourselves alone, even in moments of triumph. The irony is that this relentless pursuit of victory often comes at the cost of the very things that bring us true happiness and fulfillment, connection, joy, and a sense of purpose beyond mere achievement. When we are so focused on being the best, we lose sight of the simple pleasures in life, the moments of peace and contentment that are essential for our well-being. It's like sprinting through a beautiful garden, eyes fixed on the finish line, never stopping to smell the roses. To break free from this cycle, we need to shift our perspective. We must recognize that while Competition has its place. It should not dominate our lives. Instead, we can strive for a balance where we pursue our goals with passion and determination, but also take time to appreciate the journey. This means being present in the moment, celebrating small victories, and valuing the experiences and relationships that enrich our lives. Research supports this approach. Studies have shown that individuals who focus on intrinsic goals such as personal growth, relationships, and community tend to have higher levels of well-being compared to those who are driven solely by extrinsic goals like wealth, status, or winning. By aligning our efforts with what truly matters to us, we can achieve a sense of fulfillment that goes beyond the fleeting satisfaction of victory. Furthermore, incorporating practices like mindfulness and self-compassion into our lives can help us manage the stress that comes with competition. Mindfulness allows us to stay grounded in the present, to appreciate the journey rather than fixating on the destination. Self-compassion encourages us to be kind to ourselves, to recognize that it's okay to not always be the best, and that our worth is not defined by our achievements. As we reflect on the image of the athlete, exhausted and alone after a hard-fought victory, we are reminded that life is not just about winning the race. It's about finding balance, enjoying the process, and nurturing the parts of ourselves that are often neglected in the pursuit of success. We must ask ourselves, are we living to win, or are we winning at living? In the end, the most important competition is not with others, but with ourselves to become the best version of who we are, not by outpacing others, but by embracing the journey, appreciating the beauty around us, and finding joy in the process. Only then can we truly feel fulfilled, not just in the moments of victory, but in every step we take along the way. We'll find ourselves in a quiet library, surrounded by the comforting presence of books, each one a doorway to a different world. As we reach for a book on the shelf, the soft rustle of pages and the scent of old paper fill the air. We settle into a comfortable armchair, the weight of the book resting gently in our hands, and begin to read. A smile slowly spreads across our face, and the camera captures this moment of pure contentment, an expression of deep, unhurried satisfaction. This scene is a reminder of the profound importance of cultivating pleasures that truly matter in our lives. In a world that often glorifies constant productivity and achievement, it's easy to lose sight of what brings us genuine joy. Yet it's in these simple, stress-free activities that we find true fulfillment. Think about something you love to do, something that brings you pleasure without the pressure of deadlines or expectations. It could be the serenity of reading a good book, spending quality time with loved ones, or attending to a garden. These activities awaken within us what can be described as a generative drive, an inner force that makes us feel alive, connected, and at peace with the world around us. The concept of the generative drive is rooted in the idea that certain activities nourish our souls, fostering a sense of well-being that is both deep and enduring. Unlike the fleeting satisfaction that comes from external rewards or material success, this type of pleasure is intrinsic, arising from activities that align with our true selves. When we engage in these pursuits, we tap into a wellspring of energy that rejuvenates us, both mentally and physically. Scientific research supports the notion that these generative activities play a crucial role in our overall health. Studies in the field of positive psychology have shown that engaging in activities we find intrinsically rewarding is linked to increased levels of happiness, reduced stress, and improved mental health. For example, the simple act of reading, especially when done in a quiet, relaxed environment, has been found to reduce stress levels significantly, lowering heart rate and easing muscle tension. This form of stress relief is not just about distraction. It's about entering a state of flow where we are fully immersed in what we're doing, losing track of time, and experiencing a deep sense of satisfaction. Furthermore, these generative activities can enhance our cognitive functioning. Reading, for instance, stimulates the brain, improving concentration, memory, and even empathy as we explore different perspectives and ideas. Similarly, spending time with loved ones or engaging in creative hobbies has been shown to release oxytocin, the bonding hormone, which fosters feelings of connection and trust. This hormone not only strengthens our relationships but also contributes to our emotional resilience, helping us cope with life's challenges more effectively. But perhaps the most profound impact of cultivating healthy pleasures lies in their ability to foster a sense of purpose and meaning in our lives. When we engage in activities that resonate with our core values and passions, we are not merely passing time. We are actively creating a life that is rich with meaning. This sense of purpose is a key component of well-being, as it gives us direction and motivation, helping us navigate through life's complexities with a sense of clarity and peace. In contrast to the relentless pursuit of external success, which often leaves us feeling empty and disconnected, these generative activities ground us in the present moment, reminding us of what truly matters. They offer us a refuge from the demands of the outside world, a space where we can reconnect with ourselves and with those we love. This connection is not only emotionally fulfilling but also physically beneficial, as it has been shown to lower levels of inflammation and improve immune function, further illustrating the profound link between our emotional and physical health. As we sit in that library, lost in the pages of a book, or as we spend a quiet afternoon with family or nurture a garden, we are doing more than just engaging in hobbies. We are cultivating a lifestyle that supports our well-being in a holistic way. These moments of healthy pleasure are the threads that weave together a life of contentment and peace. They remind us that the true measure of a fulfilling life is not found in accolades or achievements, but in the simple joys that bring us closer to ourselves and to those around us. In embracing these pleasures, we not only enhance our mental and physical health, but also align our lives with our deepest values. We create a rhythm that balances productivity with rest, ambition with contentment, and action with reflection. This balance is essential for long-term well-being, as it ensures that we are not merely surviving, but truly thriving. So, as we reflect on the importance of cultivating healthy pleasures, let us commit to making space for these activities in our daily lives. Let us prioritize what brings us joy, knowing that, in doing so, we are investing in our health, our happiness, and our overall sense of fulfillment. After all, it is in these moments of quiet contentment that we find the true essence of what it means to live well. Picture a balanced scale, each side representing a fundamental aspect of our lives. On one side there's a flame, symbolizing our drive, the necessary aggressiveness that fuels our ambition and propels us toward our goals. On the other side, there's a heart, embodying the pleasures and joys that bring us happiness and contentment. The scale tips slightly from time to time, but it always returns to a state of equilibrium, a perfect balance between these two essential forces. This balance is the key to a fulfilling life. In our pursuit of success, it's easy to lean too heavily on one side of the scale. We might become overly focused on our goals, pushing ourselves with relentless determination, often at the expense of our well-being. Or we might swing too far in the opposite direction, indulging in pleasure without the discipline necessary to achieve our ambitions. The challenge lies in finding and maintaining that delicate balance. where we can pursue our dreams with passion while also taking time to enjoy the journey. From a scientific perspective, this balance is not just a philosophical ideal. It's crucial for our mental and physical health. On the one hand, the drive to achieve, which involves a certain level of aggressiveness, is essential. This drive is powered by our brain's reward system, particularly the release of dopamine, which motivates us to pursue goals and rewards us with a sense of accomplishment when we succeed. However, when this drive becomes too dominant, it can lead to chronic stress, burnout, and a range of health issues, including cardiovascular problems, anxiety, and depression. Stress, in particular, is a significant factor to consider. While some stress is necessary for motivation and achieving goals, chronic stress has been shown to have deleterious effects on both the body and the mind. Prolonged exposure to stress hormones like cortisol can weaken the immune system, increase blood pressure, and contribute to mental health issues. This is why balancing our drive with moments of relaxation and pleasure is so important. On the other side of the scale, we have the pleasures of life, those activities and experiences that bring us joy and relaxation. These are equally important for our well-being. Engaging in pleasurable activities releases endorphins and oxytocin, which are chemicals in the brain that promote happiness and reduce stress. Regularly experiencing pleasure is associated with lower levels of cortisol, improved immune function, and overall better mental health. However, if we focus too much on pleasure without the counterbalance of drive and ambition, we might find ourselves feeling unfulfilled or lacking a sense of purpose. Pleasure alone cannot sustain us in the long term. It needs to be balanced with a sense of accomplishment and forward momentum. This is why the balance between these two forces, aggressiveness and pleasure, is so critical. When we achieve this balance, we don't just reach our goals. We enjoy the process of getting there. We take time to celebrate our victories, both big and small, and appreciate the journey we're on. This balanced approach allows us to stay motivated and focused without succumbing to the negative effects of stress. It also ensures that we remain connected to what brings us joy, helping us maintain a positive outlook even in the face of challenges. Moreover, maintaining this balance can enhance our creativity and problem-solving abilities. When we're overly focused on achieving goals, our thinking can become rigid, and we may miss opportunities for innovation. By allowing ourselves moments of relaxation and pleasure, we can encourage a more flexible and open mindset, which is crucial for creative thinking and effective problem-solving. So, how do we maintain this balance in our daily lives? It starts with self-awareness. We need to regularly check in with ourselves to assess where we stand on that metaphorical scale. Are we pushing too hard without taking time to relax and enjoy life? Or are we indulging in pleasures at the expense of our long-term goals? By being mindful of this balance, we can make adjustments as needed to ensure that we are not only working toward our goals, but also taking care of our well-being. It's also important to build routines and habits that support this balance. This might include setting aside time each day for activities that bring us joy, such as spending time with loved ones, engaging in hobbies, or simply relaxing. At the same time, we need to remain committed to our goals, staying disciplined and focused in our work. By structuring our lives in a way that honors both our drive and our need for pleasure, we can create a sustainable and fulfilling lifestyle. In the end, the secret to a successful and happy life lies in this balance. When we keep the scale balanced, when we nurture both our ambitions and our capacity for joy, we create a life that is not only productive but also rich in meaning and satisfaction. We can pursue our dreams with passion, knowing that we are also taking the time to enjoy the beauty of the journey. This is the art of living well, where each day is an opportunity to achieve, to grow, and to savor the simple pleasures that make life truly worthwhile. We find ourselves in a serene park, the kind of place where time seems to slow down, allowing us to breathe a little deeper and think a little clearer. As we sit quietly, eyes closed, we feel the gentle caress of the breeze on our skin, hear the rustle of leaves overhead, and sense the warmth of the sun filtering through the trees. This is a moment of stillness, a rare pause in the rhythm of our daily lives, and in this space, we begin to connect with something profound within us, our own sense of self. It all begins with self-knowledge. To navigate the complexities of life effectively, we must first understand what truly drives us. This understanding is not something that happens by chance. It requires intentionality. It demands that we take time out from our busy schedules to engage in practices that foster deep reflection, such as meditation, contemplation, or simply allowing ourselves to stop and think. Imagine yourself in this park, completely in tune with your surroundings, and in that moment, gaining clarity about what you genuinely desire in life. Self-knowledge is the foundation upon which all aspects of our well-being rest. Scientifically, this concept is supported by extensive research in psychology, particularly within the fields of emotional intelligence and mindfulness. When we understand ourselves, our motivations, desires, strengths, and weaknesses, we are better equipped to make decisions that align with our true values. This alignment is crucial for mental health, as it reduces internal conflicts and promotes a sense of harmony within us. Moreover, self-knowledge enhances our ability to manage stress and navigate challenges. By understanding our triggers and recognizing our emotional patterns, we can develop healthier responses to difficult situations. For instance, mindfulness practices, which involve paying attention to the present moment without judgment, have been shown to increase self-awareness. This heightened awareness allows us to observe our thoughts and emotions from a distance, rather than being swept away by them. As a result, we can respond to stressors with greater calm and clarity, rather than reacting impulsively. The benefits of self-knowledge extend beyond the psychological realm. They also have significant physiological implications. When we are attuned to our inner selves, we are more likely to engage in behaviors that support our physical health. For example, someone who is deeply aware of their body's needs is more likely to maintain a balanced diet, exercise regularly, and get adequate sleep, practices that are essential for long-term health. Additionally, self-awareness can help us recognize early signs of physical discomfort or illness, enabling us to take proactive steps toward healing. Self-knowledge also plays a crucial role in our relationships. By understanding ourselves, we gain insight into how we interact with others, our communication styles, our boundaries, and our capacity for empathy. This understanding fosters healthier, more authentic connections with those around us. Research has shown that individuals with high levels of self-awareness tend to have more satisfying and meaningful relationships, as they are better able to express their needs and understand the needs of others. However, achieving a deep level of self-knowledge is not a one-time event. It is an ongoing process. Our desires, goals, and even our understanding of ourselves can evolve over time. Therefore, it is essential to make self-reflection a regular practice. This might involve setting aside time each day for quiet contemplation, journaling our thoughts, or engaging in activities that help us connect with our inner selves, such as spending time in nature or practicing yoga. As we sit in this park, feeling the earth beneath us and the wind around us, we are reminded that self-knowledge is not just about introspection, it's about connection. Connection to ourselves, to the world around us, and to the larger context of our lives. It's about understanding how we fit into the greater whole and how our unique strengths and passions can contribute to a life of purpose and fulfillment. In this moment of reflection, we might ask ourselves, what truly matters to us? What are our deepest values? And how can we live in a way that honors them? What do we want to achieve, not just in terms of career or material success, but in terms of personal growth, relationships, and overall well-being? These are not easy questions, and the answers may change over time. But by continually seeking to understand ourselves, we can ensure that we are living authentically and intentionally. The power of self-knowledge lies in its ability to guide us toward a life that is both meaningful and fulfilling. When we know ourselves, we can set goals that resonate with our true desires, rather than pursuing achievements that leave us feeling empty. We can make choices that support our health and well-being, rather than succumbing to habits that undermine them. And we can build relationships that are based on genuine understanding and respect rather than superficial interactions. As we leave this tranquil park, carrying with us the insights gained from this moment of stillness, we are reminded that self-knowledge is not a destination, but a journey. It is a journey that requires patience, curiosity, and a willingness to explore the depths of our inner world. But it is also a journey that rewards us with greater clarity, peace, and a sense of purpose. In embracing the power of self-knowledge, we open the door to a life that is not only successful by external standards, but is also deeply satisfying on a personal level. We learn to live in harmony with ourselves, and in doing so, we create a life that is rich in meaning, connection, and joy. We stand up from the chair, our coffee in hand, and walk slowly toward the window. The soft light of the day spills into the room, illuminating the path as we approach the glass. As we gaze out at the horizon, a calm, contented smile spreads across our face. The camera gradually pulls back, revealing the expansive view outside the window, a vista that seems to stretch infinitely, just like the journey of life itself. Remember, your mental health is not a destination, but a journey. It's a path that we walk every day, with each step bringing us closer to understanding and nurturing ourselves. And, like any journey, what truly matters is what you choose to carry with you along the way. In this journey, we have the power to choose what we bring with us. We can choose to carry the weight of stress, fear, and self-doubt, or we can decide to lighten our load by embracing peace, contentment, and self-compassion. These are not just abstract concepts, they are essential elements that contribute to our overall well-being, grounded in scientific understanding. Peace, for instance, is more than just the absence of conflict. It is a state of inner calm that can be cultivated through practices like mindfulness and meditation. Research has shown that regular mindfulness practice can reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression, lower blood pressure, and even improve our immune response. By choosing peace, we create a foundation of mental stability that supports us in navigating the inevitable challenges of life. Contentment, similarly, is not about settling or giving up on our ambitions, but about finding satisfaction in the present moment. It's about appreciating what we have, rather than constantly striving for more. Studies in positive psychology indicate that individuals who practice gratitude and savor the present moment experience greater happiness and life satisfaction. By choosing contentment, we shift our focus from what's lacking to what's abundant, fostering a sense of fulfillment that endures beyond fleeting achievements. Above all, choosing yourself means prioritizing your own well-being, recognizing that you are worthy of care, love, and respect. This choice is deeply rooted in self-compassion, a concept supported by extensive psychological research. Self-compassion involves treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer to a friend in times of struggle. Research shows that self-compassion is linked to greater emotional resilience, lower levels of stress and anxiety, and a more optimistic outlook on life. By choosing yourself, you are committing to a lifelong practice of self-care and self-acceptance, which is essential for sustained mental health. As we continue to gaze out at the horizon, we are reminded that this journey is ongoing. There will be moments of joy and moments of difficulty, times when the path is clear and times when it's obscured by uncertainty. But through it all, the choices we make about what we carry with us will shape our experience. By choosing peace, contentment, and ourselves, we are not just surviving the journey. We are thriving, growing, and moving closer to a life that is rich in meaning and well-being. The camera pulls back further, the view expanding to show not just the window, but the broader world outside, a world full of possibilities, challenges, and opportunities for growth. As we stand there, coffee in hand, we know that this moment of reflection is just one of many. The journey ahead is long, but it's one that we can walk with confidence, knowing that we have the tools, the knowledge, and the inner strength to navigate it well. So, as we step forward, let us remember that the journey of mental health is not about reaching a final destination, but about making intentional choices each day. It's about carrying with us the values and practices that nurture our well-being, and letting go of the burdens that weigh us down. In doing so, we create a life that is not only healthier but also more fulfilling and true to who we are. And as we move forward, let's carry with us the reminder that our well-being is always worth the journey. The view from where we stand now, calm, content, and grounded in self-awareness, serves as a powerful testament to the importance of choosing what truly matters. Peace, contentment, and choosing ourselves. These are the companions we need for a journey that leads not just to a healthier mind, but to a life well lived.